you are about to start looking more like a motorcycle because, yeah, I broke the key off in the crusty lock. Grim. Let's get that out the way. Don't think we'll be needing that, but tank's looking really good. Oh yes, a brand new lock. Sort of publications that I use for... Okay, so let's get this bike looking much more like a motorcycle. It's kind of cool that the new lock comes with this new rubber. It's very good. Matches the old one. Out with the old. In with the new. Oh, fits a treat. Don't I look after you? Oh, this is cool. Oh, just here to scratch the tank today, aren't I? Let's get the keys out of the way. Yeah, looking good. So that's where the lock screw would go in. That is definitely going in last, just in case anything goes wrong. I'll get some fixing. To be fair, the new one is plastic and the old one is metal. So my intention is going to be to clean this ring up and then I'll transfer the new cap over to this ring, but at the moment it needs a fair bit of TLC to tidy it up. Yeah. Got the Bulldog BDX over this lovely publication. So all I'm doing is just nipping them up. Well, it looks like a fuel cap. You're seeing it here first. My first attempt at closing it. Oh, yes. Get on. Kawasaki, I look after you, don't I? I really like you too. We're going to be good buddies. And I go to put fuel in it. Oh. Doing it one-handed is not helping. Sweet. You're gonna be good. It's fuel tap time. You're gonna need a fuel tap. This is the one that came off of the tank and it's faulty. Obviously it's weatherized, but it's faulty internally. You can probably see why. The tank was rusty. This is full of corrosion. This would have been reserve, so filtered reserve, and this would have been the main feed. It should have a tube coming off of it and a filter much higher up, but it only ever worked on prime. So the internals are trashed. And here, I treat you to a new fuel tap. There's your reserve filter, and that's your normal fuel with its filter on the top. And it comes with a brand new gasket. So yeah, I can't wait to fit it. So I'm gonna do that now. Had to make a couple of repairs to the tank and then cover them. And the tank's looking pretty good. So I'm just gonna tidy up this area here, get the new fuel tap fitted. There's no need to add rubber grease to this gasket. Nice. Get these 10 mils back in. You're like an upside down turtle. Let's get you back where you belong. You poor thing. Fuel sensor wire. I'm going to connect it there, but I'm not sure how it routes. It just dangles over the engine. It's been a while, huh? I may have to give that a little bit of thought just so it's tidy. I don't really fancy it just kind of hanging out. So if I just explain the vacuum line here is on the back of the fuel tap and then goes down to the inlet here. So it creates a vacuum, a sucking, all right? Nothing actually comes through this line. It's just the force of air being sucked in creates a vacuum. Right, so there's your vacuum, and it pulls on a piece of rubber, which you would understand the word diaphragm. So it pulls on a piece of rubber and then allows the flow of fuel. If there isn't any vacuum caused by air being sucked into the inlet, it doesn't pull on that diaphragm. Therefore, the diaphragm pushes against the holes that fuel would come through, and the fuel tap turns itself off. So if the bike's not running, nothing should be coming through here. So it's a really odd design. Honda do it a lot, don't they? I replace a lot of diaphragms on Hondas. So I'm going to leave the bike in reserve rather than prime or on. And I'll just run it up that way. But that vacuum line is really, really important. So all connected and fuel line to go. That was so weird fitting the tank earlier though. So weird. It just didn't feel like it fitted at all. I was like, what's happened? And it literally just changed shape just slightly. So I gave it a bit of a squeeze. Old bikes, they're just sent to test you. So funny. Well, it's not funny when you're going, why doesn't the tank fit? But it does now. Weird. Wow. Let's get this fuel line connected. Give it a wiggle. So I'm just grabbing a 7mm and I'm doing up the fuel hose clamp by hand. You'd be surprised, you actually don't need to wrench on these, crushing all of your fixings and connectors. This won't leak. That's looking so much more wholesome. Let's pop a seat on it. All right, I'm going to dust that. I've ordered a replacement side cover because I don't have anything to go in there, anything to go in there. But I do have that one. Hello. You're looking good. I'm going to give that a bit of a clean. Which begs the question, what do you use to clean your motorcycle leather? I use the SL Shop. Hello. Luxury interior cleaner, strangely enough, because a lot of Mercedes SLs from the 80s had vinyl interiors. Everyone will assume it's leather, but it was vinyl. And this is vinyl. That just brings them up nicely, and it doesn't leave that slippy saddle that most of us have had after our bikes have been valeted. You know, when you've taken it to the bike shop and you've said, oh, what, a valet for cheap money? Okay. It's looking like a motorcycle. I've been really enjoying this journey, so thank you all for sharing it with me. There's still way loads to do. Everything that I've done so far is to be able to submit this to MOT so that it can go back on the road. And then the hard work of reconditioning it and making it all good. I mean, I've already worked wonders on the oil cooler. When you first saw that, that was a rusty wreck, and now the oil cooler's looking real nice. But then it's external and easy to get to. I've got new HT leads coming, which I'm going to make. So I'll show you how to make a HT lead if you're interested. And now I think I'm going to put some petrol in its fuel tank. This is so cool. I'm really happy to do this. This is so cool. Side panels. It'd be really cool if I had side panels. I do have side panels. So this is for the offside in the United Kingdom. Oh. Change of plan as I'm just charging up some batteries. And this one's got all the little nubs, so I can go and fit that right now. Whereas this side is broken. I have one nub and the other two just clearly have been repaired before by a previous owner, but no longer function. So I've got an original. Yeah, right. I've got a replacement on its way. Let's hope it's the right colour. In the meantime, I'll get this one fitted up. Or not. Why bother? You're not going on until you repair.